we are here with another Skyrim video. Today we will be looking at my newest mod, Spire of the Drake. But today we're going to look at my newest mod, Spire of the Drake. So if in the description, you get at the top of the description, you get like a little story, little synopsis story kind of thing. But just in case if you didn't read it, or you just very quickly glanced over it, it's just basically about a group of dragon cultists who basically went off on their own, started up their own little like magical guild kind of thing, you know, to learn magic, different arts of magic like restoration, conjuration, destruction, all that jazz. And the guild master or guild leader, or whatever you want to call them, dipshit maybe, but you know, he did some stuff behind the scenes on his own, you know, in necromancy. And obviously when you go into necromancy you start going down the rabbit hole into madness. Bad stuff happened, and now all the portals leading to this guild have now reopened. Now the reason why I'm saying that the portals are reopened, because you don't get to this area by a means of go for this cave and end up there, or here's a door, you know, here's the spire, now go in here and then go and learn the location of here. It's an enclosed space, so you can't get into the area of the spire without going into the spire first, which you'll see what I mean very shortly. But it also does tell you in the description where the doors to gain entry to the spire are. But I'm going to use the one that's in Whiterun. But again, in the description you get all the locations. It tells you where they basically are, whether they're, like for example, you got one that's inside High Hrothgar, and there's one that's inside the College of Winterhold, which is inside the Hall of the Elements, for example. And the one for Whiterun is basically up by Dragon's Reach. So all you gotta do for the one in Whiterun, for example, is just come to the left of Dragon's Reach. Normally when you come up here there'll be a little bit less trees and stuff, but I got a mod that adds a bit of stuff into Whiterun. What you're looking for is a way to get stuck on the rock. No, but what you're looking for are basically these archways with a portal. Now each portal will lead you to the same room. Not the same doorway, but the same room, as you'll see in a minute. Alright, and here we are. Here is the gate room. So this is like a teleport room. This is basically take you, so for example, we just came in for this one, that takes you back to the Whiterun. You go in here, takes you to High Hrothgar. This one takes you to Fort Dawnguard, for example, so on and so forth. But there is one more in here, this one here, master bedroom. Alright, so the spire itself has, if I remember correctly, it's 7 levels. I mean, technically I should know, I built the damn bloody thing, but I think it's 7 levels. You know, each level does their own different thing, has a different thing on it. So you get, you know, you got a bedroom, you get a place where you can do all like the cooking and stuff. You have a place where you do alchemy, you have a place where you do enchanting, so on and so forth. All basically the stuff that you need. Master bedroom. Alright, go around here. You get your own little pet kitty cat. The cat doesn't do anything, it's just there for purposes of, because I wanted to put it in there as like a little, I suppose you could say it's an Easter egg of myself, because though the name doesn't appear on the screen, in the creation kit, this little cat's name is called Simpkin, which is the name of my actual real life cat. So my own cat Simpkin is now in the game as a little Easter egg. It's just that unfortunately the name does not appear. But now you know, if you've watched this. Right, so we're going to go back down, and we're going to go down the tower, because you have to go down the tower to get outside the tower. So we're back here obviously in the teleport room again. So next we're going to go to the Grand Library. Alright, here we are in the Grand Library. So in the Grand Library you'll find, I believe it's 3 of the new spells. So we have Cave Diver, And we also have Conjure Baskerville and Magnetar. So I'll show you all those when we get outside, obviously. I'm going to do it now, not inside. That would be a bit dumb. Right, but yeah, Grand Library. And you get a little bit, you know, you got a little bit of storage there you can use on the one side. Just like adds a bit of extra storage if you, and also you could do your enchanting here. So you can like use this for like all your soul gems and stuff like that. But right, so to the next room. So one last look before we go down. And then into the Botanical Garden. And here we are in the Botanical Garden. Ooh, fancy. So in the Botanical Garden, see how we got, it's a shrine of Kinnereth. It's just there randomly, but ties in with the whole theme of like nature and everything like that and the outdoors. And in here you have your alchemy lab. There's your garden. So you know, on the outskirts, you've got all these different ingredients you can harvest, and they should basically regrow again after so many in-game days. I think it might be like something like 3 or 4 in-game games. I think they regrow. But there you go, the Botanical Garden. And that's the Botanical Garden. All right, next room. To the Smithery Workshop. Alright, Smithery Workshop. So not as decorated out as the other rooms, but technically this one didn't need to be. So I'm seeing here, you got all your stuff, you know, you got your grindstone, you got a smelter, you got a workbench over there, you got a forge there, and you got a tanning rack over there. But as you can see, you also have a bunch of mannequins. You know, you got 5 or, is it 5 or 6? You got 5 there, and then 5 mannequins here. And then over there you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weapon racks, and then 6 on the opposite side. And the forge, this forge is a little bit different. It's a bit more of a unique one for in here by the fact that it says blacksmith saws, so it's just like a normal blacksmith forge, but you can also do other different forms of crafting here. So you could do the crafting for the stuff like Skyrim, and also you get to do the stuff from that you do in the Skyforge. You know, so you get that kind of bunch of stuff in there with it, just so you don't have to go like, if you want to craft something that's made of Skyrim, you don't have to go and find the blacksmith forge that is specialised for Skyrim stuff, or you don't have to go to the Skyforge to create something that's made that's basically Skyforge steel or whatever. You can just do it there. And then underneath all the mannequins you have like obviously like little end tables. I mean at the moment there's stuff in them, but it's just random stuff, but you can just obviously just take it all out and store whatever you want in there. There you go. And that's the Smithery Workshop. Right, to the dining hall. Alright, so in here you got a nice simple dining hall. Got nice ox head to chow down on if you want. And then obviously over here you got your cooking spit. There's no oven, but then the oven I thought, there's no need for the oven. Just make little tiny bits of food, but you got the cooking spit that you can use, and then just obviously random odds and ends that you can either take or leave. It all depends on if it tickles your fancy or not. So yeah, not a major load to this room, but this is more of a immersion room than anything else. It's not for anything special. It's just an immersion room. But there you go, the dining room. Alright, so next is Portal Adventure. So this is basically the first room. Alright, and the first room. So that door there leads you outside the tower, and you just got the first room here. And ooh, spoopy. It's a very spoopy in here. And you go back round, and it's looking at you again. You can't escape it. But yeah, again, this room, yeah, decorational wise, it's very funky. For purpose wise, yeah, it doesn't really do anything. But it's, you know, this again, it's just as the rooms name suggested, a portal of entry. But right, that's it for the Spire. As a a quick rundown. If you download this mod yourself, you can spend a bit more time looking at all nooks and crannies and stuff like that. But we must crack on. Alright, here we are outside. Outside in the mountains. All the blowing snow and the geysers. Shooting up water. And then never really coming back down, but it evaporates. And then there you go. There is the Spire. It's a funky looking thing. Very funky. But right. So let's go and have a look at these 3 spells that we got down. It says in the description of the mod, there are 7 spells in total, and so far we have 3 of them. So we've got 4 more to go. So we have Cave Diver, improved night vision for 180 seconds. You move more quietly for 180 seconds. Can breathe underwater for 180 seconds. So there's not really that much here that I can demonstrate right now with this one because of what it does. It's all on yourself kind of stuff, and it's pretty explanatory that what it does, but we're going to learn that anyway. Conjure Baskerville summons a Baskerville for 180 seconds or 3 minutes wherever the caster is pointing. So in simplified terms, it's just a conjuration spell, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. And then Magnetar, a fire explosion for 100 points of damage in a 15-foot radius. So it's just basically like a slightly more powerful fireball spell. Alright, let's have a look. So we got, let's go down, we'll find Magnetar. I should have enough magicka to do this one. But no, you just go kaboom, and then there you go. Okay, this is for some reason at a distance you don't see it, but up close you do. And there you go. So it's like Fireball, it's just a bit more powerful than Fireball. And then if we go on to Magic, go to Conjuration, and then Conjure Baskerville. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to have enough magic for this one. Do I have enough magic for this one? Oh, I do, just about. Alright, and now for the Baskerville. Will he work here? Let's have a look. There you go. There is a Baskerville. It's just basically a spiritual bloody mess. Based off a werewolf, but it's a spiritual bloody mess. That is your Baskerville. So let's gonna get this out. Right, we're just gonna get rid of the Baskerville. Alright, now that's the Baskerville gone. Right. Baskerville dealt with. But yeah, there you go. There's your Baskerville. Obviously a little bit of a nod to the novel The Hound of the Baskervilles. Hence why it's a werewolf. Right. Next, we need to go to the next courtyard. Or next area. Which you can follow, which you can see there's a path on the road, so it's easy enough to find. Just follow the path to Guild of the Drake's Eye. Alright. There we are. Next area. Again, once again, you still have a path to follow. So you can either obviously go straight on ahead up to here, obviously, or you can go to your right and there is another cave over there. But we will search that cave later on. First of all, we are going to go in here. To this building known as Draken Guild. Now there are some enemies in the Draken Guild. There are 3 enemies. They're basically ice wraiths, but in this they're called ice worms, and they're a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and in the ways of both strength and health. So they'll take a bit more of a beating. So, and as usual with what I normally tend to say in my walkthroughs or reviews for this kind of thing, is don't judge the difficulty of the playthrough of the mod in my playthrough, pardon me, by the fact that I'm playing on adept, so I'm playing on normal difficulty. I've got other buffs that makes my character a bit stronger, la la this, la that, blah blah blah, So some people might find this a bit of a struggle. So let's go and take on some ice worms. Or I would, if the game didn't decide to kick them out. Alright. They've now been sorted out and they are now home. Hello, Mr. Iceworm. Come here. Alright, take these guys out. I can hit them. God, these guys are tricky to hit. Right. They are very hard to see and hit in all this ice. So these guys could definitely seriously mess you up if you're not careful. Come here. Shout over there. Is that it? No, they didn't even hit one of them. My God. I think that's one down. That's another one down. Oh no, there's still alive. Whoop, missed him. That's that one down. There's one more. Righty then. Ooh. Tricky little buggers. But yeah. So they could definitely mess you up if you're not careful. But right. So inside the Frozen Guild, you know, you come in here, you'll find a couple of chests. You know, you got a few bits and bobs in there. You know, just random levelized loot. Have a look around. You got another one here. You know, just some more random levelized loot, a little bit of loot. But the main reason to come into here can be found on these two tables. We have another spellbook, Invisible Hand. So we'll take that. And Spelltome Absolute Zero. Alright. So we'll go back outside, we're going to check those. Alright. So, Absolute Zero, a freezing whirlwind that does 100 points of frost damage per second to health and stamina. So, pretty potent. Invisible Hand heals the caster 30 points per second, can pull an object to you from a distance, add it to your inventory, or throw it, increases armor rating by 50 points, and it gets up to 50 points of basically spells. So this one is a bit very similar to another one that we'll get later on, but it's a little bit weaker, but it also allows you to kind of defend yourself as well with like randomized objects. You know, it's a slightly weaker version of it, but you know, you can still do stuff with it. So let's have a look. So let's have a look where they are first. So we've got Invisible Hand. So I'm not going to be able to use this one for that long. Okay, just do that. I mean, I've got nothing to pull anything with, so well, no, we'll just drop my item very quickly. Well, I think that's pretty useless to me here. Drop you. And you just drop that down, and you just go, you pick it up, and then when it runs out, you throw it. But obviously, I don't want to throw it, so I want to actually pick that back up. But there you go. That's a little hand. You know, and you can regain a little bit of health whilst you're doing it. And then the other one we have is Absolute Zero. Freezing Whirlwind that does 100 points of frost damage per second to health and stamina. And then, you know, so this is a bit like one of the, I can't remember what the name of the spell is. I think it might be Icy Wind or something like that. But it's a slightly stronger version of it. You know, slightly stronger version. But I think it also can paralyze. I think it also paralyzes by doing an ice form. So we'll definitely test that one out. But I think if I can remember correctly, it also does ice form as well. So you can paralyze an opponent at the same time. So we're gonna re-equip that one for now. Alright. So now we gotta go into the last area. So yeah, so that's the point of the guild. You can go in there and you get these other two spells. But you gotta deal with the ice worms first. And so then into the last area, which is just 2 entrance. Alright. Only 2 entrance. Now to Hall of the Fallen. And here we are in the Hall of the Fallen. Alright, let's get this thing ready. Give it a little test up. Who's going to be my test subject? You! And there you go. He freezes up a little bit. Does a little bit of damage. And he's dead. Oh, alright then. Wait. Oh. No, we're going to hit you first. There you go. And he's dead. There you go, he's dead. Hi. And there you go. And there you go. That's absolute 0. So, I reckon it could be a pretty handy spell. For you. Alright, so let's just get through this now. So as you can tell, this place is full of Draugr. And you'll be able to find like some of these here as well, where you can search them, get some random levelized loot. So let's have a look. One in here somewhere? Yep, there we are. Just take you down, get you out of the way, you'll get this place all nicely and cleared up. And emptied out. There's another one. Is there one in here? Come over. No, I think this one's empty. But you got a couple more here. Smack you. Smack you. How about no? Oh, you didn't die. Oh, you're dead. Alright then. No one here. Anyone else in here? I think there's one in here somewhere, I think. Yep, there he is. Hi. And he's dead. Alright then. That's that area cleared up. Let's go down. Alright, a couple more. Right, so you got a Draugr in here. But here you have a Dragon Priest. We're going to take down the Dragon Priest. Hey, don't you run away from me, monkey boy. Good. Dragon Priest just had a bit of money, some bone meal. Not gonna worry about that though. Alright. So many enemies are leveled. So you might face some slightly different enemies in here. Some with the Draugr are leveled. The ice worms are, I suppose you can call them like, they're like a sub-boss kind of thing. You know, if you're going to like do categories of like bosses and sub-bosses and enemies and blah 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 blah. You know, the ice worms are a sub-boss. And here is where you might get, there will probably be a bit of a difficulty spike to some people. Not all players, but to some players. This place will be a bit of a difficulty spike. So just be aware of that. But we're now going to go into Silverwing's lair. Alright. See over there, you got a Dragon Priest. Over there. And as you can see, we got a dragon. But not any normal dragon. He's a dragon completely made out of silver. So we got to take him out. The thing is though, he is something that you have to take him out, because you can see there's a door on the other side over there. Hide behind some debris. But there's a door behind him, and he has the key. So we need to take out the silver drake. Come here, silver drake. Alright, let's take out the silver drake. Ooh, you know, it's a bit of a hard hitter. Even with all the buffs I got, he still did pretty good damage. We're gonna have to, I got here to get through this guy. But as you can see, he's made of pure silver. And away to it. Ow! Jesus Christ. That hurt. Oh, that bite hurt. That was a painful bite. And as you can see, his body is a bit weird. It's gone a bit squiff. I don't know why. Every Dragonite, nearly every Dragonite added into a mod does this. I don't know why. It might just be something to do with the way that they're set up. Because this guy is set up to not fly. So that might be a bit of an issue. But, wow, that's causing the weird swift issue. But hey, he still packs a bloody punch. So you can't... Ow. Ow. Jesus Christ. guy packs a bloody punch. I'll give you that. So, don't fucking show your ass up at me. You got your bloody tail. Alright, and that's the Silver Drake down. So you can see, he can pack a bit of a punch, the Silver Drake. But unfortunately, the Silver Drake, you do have to kill him. So if you get to this point, and you get stuck on the Silver Drake, then you're gonna have to come back when you're a bit stronger. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to carry on further through this little mini dungeon. Alright, well, so we'll collect this soul. Now, this place does evolve a little bit of an environmental storytelling. So, if you look around, you might notice there's a few dragon bones laying around the place, and you got a skull there, a cage there, and a bone leg here. But you can't see it too well from here, but if you look up here, there are some rocks that are made out what looks like a very dark kind of chrome metal. So I'll let your imaginations run wild on that, but you know, this place does involve a little bit of environmental storytelling, but the description gives you a little like synopsis of the story, so you know, so you can paint yourself a picture of what's actually going on, or basically at least what happened. Right, so let's have a look and see what the Silver Drake has. So obviously he's going to have the normal dragon bones, I'm not going to worry about them. Has a whole bunch of money, I'll take that. This is the key that you need. If you don't get this key, you can't go any further, so you need that. He's got 10 silver ignits. Not too shabby, I'll say, so I'm going to take all those, they're mine now, yoink. And then we've got another spell of St. Elmo's Fire. Now this is a pretty funky spell. So St. Elmo's Fire. Lightning bolt that does 100 points of shock damage to health and magicka, then leaps to a new target. Targets that fail to resist are paralysed for 5 seconds. A blast of fire that does 50 points of damage to targets on fire take extra damage. Now, so basically this does shock damage and fire damage simultaneously. But the shock damage is a little bit stronger. The shock, if you're going against a bunch of enemies, it does what the I can't remember what the original spell's called. I think it might be like lightning wall. I think it's the one way. Yeah, you know, you'll shoot a lightning bolt at someone, and then if they got another, a bandit, and if there's another bandit next to them, the lightning bolt will hit the one you shoot at and the bandit that is next to them, because it basically the lightning jumps from one person to another person. Now testing this on the PC, when I was testing it in a group of people, it would jump like it's supposed to, but also the people would get the original person who got shot would be paralysed, but also the people who got hit by the secondary lightning bolt also got paralysed as well. So if you use this in a bunch of people, you might be able to shock them all and paralyse them all at the same time. So then they all drop and are paralysed for 5 seconds. So that could be useful in situations where you're getting a little bit outnumbered by people who can't resist paralysis. So, well, if I'm able to use this, I'll see if I can get show a demonstration of it, because there's a room coming up soon where I'll be able to show it off. So we're going to learn that. And then we got to Calcoo of the Drake. Now there is a heavy armor set and a light armor set. There's you got a dragon bone set and a dragon scale set. There's no helmet or shield because I didn't put those in because of meh. So you get the gauntlets, you get the boots, and you get the cuirass. The enchantments are all the same. It's just that one's on the heavy armor set, one's on the light armor set. That's the only difference. So increases your magicka by 150 points. Destruction spell costs 50% less to cast. Increases its armor rating by 50 points. The Kinsai of the Drake, where it is muffled and moves silently. This also allows you. It's either water walking or water breathing, but I will check. But for some reason, it doesn't say in the description. And then Bone of the Drake increases magic resistance by 70%. increases enchanting skill by 50 points. So, you know, it's not too bad. You know, it's not a shabby piece of armor. And the base armor rating is a little bit stronger than a normal Dragonbone set, as well as the weight is a little bit lighter. So it's a little bit stronger and a little bit lighter than a normal Dragonbone set. And they're all completely improvable. You can improve them all, both the light and the heavy set. These things, these are all just random. I don't know if it's random, if they're randomly or there's something specific. I think they're just specific things, but these are just here just to take if you want to take them. I'm not going to take them, so I don't need them, but they're there if you want to. Alright, so let's have a look. St. Elmo's Fire. Do I have enough magicka to cast St. Elmo's Fire? First of all, we're going to find St. Elmo's Fire. Alright, St. Elmo's Fire. 260. Yes, I do. Alright. So just going to have a little test out of St. Elmo's Fire. So next, into the Tomb of the Lich. Alright, so we have a Lich to deal with. Right, let's see if I can get a bunch of you to follow me here. Just gonna run around like a dickhead. There you go. I hit the one. That was the one I hit. That one was hit after secondary effect. There you go. Both down. Yeah. Oh, you're all by yourself. Don't worry, I'll let you join your friends. Ooh. Didn't want to let you join your friends too painfully, but obviously I have different intentions. Alright, so we'll try Elmo's Fire again. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, these are all going to die just outright. Come on. We'll come to the doorway. Nah, you can't get upstairs, you suck. Alright. Behind you. Hello. And then there you go. So yeah, the paralysis actually travels with the lightning strike as well. So you can paralyze them, 2 people, possibly actually more at the same time, as well as hitting them with the lightning bolt. It's pretty cool. I think St. Elmo's Fire, it's a pretty good spell, and you know, and it's relatively quite strong. 100 points of shock damage, 50 points of fire damage, so a grand total of 150 points of damage, which should be able to be improved upon fire perks. Hey, I don't think it'd be too shabby. Alright, past that. Oh yeah, so strong, these things are now stuck floating in the air. It's that powerful. It's that powerful, it helps defy gravity. Right. So we've got one more spell left to get, which is right here. This is Incubation. So going back to that invisible hand, Incubation is basically the stronger version of it compared to the invisible hand. It's that the invisible hand has the little extra bonus of that you can grab items that are, you know, a little, you know, not too far away, but not like right up to you. So you can grab things from distance and throw them at an enemy to cause a distraction. So Incubation heals the caster 100 points per second, increases the armor rating by 100 points, and negates up to 100 points of spell damage or effects. So good time to use Incubation really is obviously if you're getting a little bit low on health. Start using Incubation. You'll start regaining your health. You'll probably still lose a little bit of health whilst you're being attacked, but the amount of damage that you will be taking will be reduced because of the increased armor rating, or reduced by the increased negation of the spell damage. So you have more time to build your health back up. So it's a good way to get your health up, keep yourself protected, and not die so easily whilst you're trying to heal yourself. So again, I reckon a pretty useful spell. So I need to see how much it actually costs for this one. So let's have Incubation. See, for me it's 0 points per second, but that's because everything I have is 0 points per second. So, we're just going to do a little test because I just want to see how much it costs normally, because I can't remember how much it normally costs. So we're just going to strip down in the middle of the tomb, in the middle of the bloody tomb. Alright. So incubation. So yeah, on the base level it's 215 points per second. On the base level. But you know, reduce that by half, it's what, 107, 108, it'd be something like that. Reduce it down a bit more and you'll get to a point where it either is 0 or close to 0. Alright, let's just get all my stuff back on. Don't really fancy going for the rest of the dungeon with no clothes on, thank you very much. Right, and that's that one. I mean, throughout this whole mini dungeon, you will find, like, again, bodies of the Draugr, these little urns. You can see, you go, get a little bit of loot whilst you're here. So, on to the next part of the room, to the final part, where we have some more bloody dragon priests. Alright, let's take this guy out. Alright, that's that one guy down. Because we also got the other one down here. We have another dude. We have this dude. Ooh. Spooky. Ooh. He don't like me. But here we are. We have the Drake Lich. So in the ways of his spells, they're the same as what you'll get on a normal Dragon Priest, so they shouldn't be like immensely powerful, but it still could cause a problem, especially when he conjures up a flame watcher to help him get down. You know. So his spells in general shouldn't be like immensely powerful, but he does have increased health, so that could cause a bit of a problem for you. As well as by the fact that he has a constant flame cloak. So that doesn't help either. But the problem is he's a bit of a wall. So in like certain classifications, the Silver Drake is a tank. You know, he can take a beating, but he can also give a beating. And the Drake Lich is a wall. You know, he can still, you know, he can still do a bit of damage to you, but he might not be as powerful as the Silver Drake. But he does have quite a bit of health as well, though. So, you know, he'll still take a bit of a beating to kill him. Oh, we can get this guy down. No, let's take this guy down. I got him pinned up against the wall. That's kind of lucky. Alright. So, kind of lucky there. I got him pinned up against the wall, so I got a kind of bit lucky there. I mean, I don't have to worry too much. He wasn't doing a lot of damage because I got magical buffs on me. But right. So what does the Drake Lich have? So he has 3 black soul grand soul gems, all filled with grand souls. Let's take them. He has almost 3 grand. I'll take his money. So we got the Hook of the Drake. So the enchantments on these 3 pieces of armor here will be exactly the same as the one we got from the Silver Drake, but it is all dragon scale armor rather than dragon bone. But again, as the same as the dragon bone, these are a slightly stronger version of the dragon bone armor and weigh a little bit less than the dragon bone armor, as well as the dragon scale armor. I mean, you know, they weigh less than the normal in-game dragon scale, and are a bit more stronger than the in-game dragon scale. But the enchantments are the same. So we're going to take those. And then we have his staff, which he wasn't using. Which he really should have used it. The staff of the Elemental Drake. So it's just basically a silver staff based off the Eye of Magnus. But it's just pure silver. Fortunately, I do not have the eyes of a hawk, so it's very hard to read this bloody description down here. But I'll give it a go with my old eyes. A fiery explosion for 50 points of damage in a 15-foot radius. Targets on fire take extra damage. A freezing whirlwind of 50 points of frost damage for a second to health and stamina. Lightning and a lightning bolt that does 50 points of damage of shot damage to health and half to magicka then leaps to a new target. Right, so this does a grand total of 150 points of damage. 150 points of damage in one use. But also it basically will reduce the enemy's health, stamina, and magicka all in one go at the same time. And so it drains that, and also has lightning that will also damage people if there's another person nearby, a bit like St. Elmo's Spire. The only difference is that this doesn't paralyze. So all in all, a pretty powerful staff. You know, pretty powerful piece of gear. And then, you know, in the last room we get some more of these. You know, just you got a chest here, and then you got another one over here. We're just like some random leveled boss loot, basically. Oh, let's take the money. And then that is it. You know, you get, so you get a new player home. You get a little cat for a pet. And you get and then you get a little mini dungeon to go through. Get a bunch of new spells, a new staff, a bunch of new armor. So nice little mod to mess around on. I would say, it's a little mod to mess around on. So yeah, advice for this one is, I would say definitely come in here at a slightly higher level, because followers won't follow you in here. So you have to be aware of that. So the followers won't follow you in. I mean, obviously, if you're using mods that like give you like god health and god armors, god armors and god weapons and stuff like that, then yeah, you'll get through this like a piece of piss, But if you're someone who's, because I'm using strong armor and strong weapons, but I wouldn't say they're god-like, There's the Silver Drake still took a bit of a beating, so these aren't exactly god tier weapons or god tier armor. They're just strong weapons and strong armor. So, so it is, I'll say, coming in at a slightly higher level. At the moment, I'm currently on level 43. So, if you're going to come in here on adept level, yeah, you probably want to be like level 40. Maybe between, I'll say, level 40, and you should be fine. Level 30, you might be able to do it, but you might struggle with the Drake quite a bit. The Lich shouldn't be too much of a problem. He'll just take quite a bit of a beating, so that could be an issue for certain players. Because you'll be going through your potions quite a bit, because you'll be doing like fair bits of damage. The Silver Drake will be draining your potions like hell if you're not careful. Definitely come in with stuff that negates magical spells, so magic affects you less. Definitely come in here with that. Definitely coming in with a few extra potions, good strong potions. But not magical potions, because people who use magic may struggle in this one, because the Drake and the Lich do have magic resistance. So so people who use magic, so mages and stuff like that, may struggle, could possibly struggle a little bit with this. And if you're a mage who mainly just runs around in clothing, I wouldn't even bloody bother. to be honest, I wouldn't bother coming in here if you're a mage who runs around in a bloody dress. I wouldn't even bother attempting to come in here. But yeah, that is it for the Spire of the Drake. So a little mini dungeon and a player home. So hopefully you found this useful, or found it entertaining, or just found it for something just to put on in the background with background noise, because you're like, I'll whack it on, why not? See what this idiot's got to talk about. Right, so remember to check out some other of the videos on my channel. There'll be a point at the end where it'll leave you some suggestions. But if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. And give this video a little share. My channel's slowly growing. You know, I want to see if I can grow it a little bit more, possibly. But until then, oh, and just before I go, there will be a link in the description below for this mod if you want to try it yourself, and you know, just have a bit of fun with it. Alright, so until later, now it's time for me to get out of here. I'll see you all later.